from the top of my head, 1.35 times the shield that it does right now. And especially once the electrician gets the staff, the W becomes permanent. Or like passive, however you want to call it, right? Mm-hmm. And they run exactly the same lane setup actually as they did last time, with Imberboy going solo to the top lane, where he's going to be facing a Deadwood plus Master of Arms lane, which is definitely very powerful.
Yeah.
And oh, interesting. They're going to put Kolik into the mid lane instantly here, instead of having him face off against a tri lane, which definitely the right call, I'd say. Because the mid lane is like the one lane you cannot really tri lane. At least not really.
Effectively.
Yeah. I mean, you can, of course, but in generally speaking, it's like the safer lane from tri lanes. Because if you look at the tri lane from the Hellborn side here, with the Iker, the Engineer, and the Bensington, that is a powerful tri lane. Mm-hmm. The Bensington, of course, has the long range initiation. Bensington, generally speaking, if you want to talk about like his weaknesses, especially in a tri lane situation, it's where it's really weak if you jump in and you don't have anything to save you with.
Yeah.
So what would happen a lot is like you charge in with the Bensington. Let's assume you hit. I've definitely missed my fair share of Bensington stuns, but let's assume you hit for now. The enemy team just kind of gets to counter kill you, even if you get a kill. Because Bensington is not that tanky, and you don't have any kind of...
It puts himself in a bad position, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why they, generally speaking, they kind of like combine it with something like an Infora a lot. Where you can put the heal bomb on top of the Bensington, and if they want to man up, well, the heal bomb is just going to heal the Bensington. Oh, we see rotations, actually.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that. So, the Keeper, he spotted... One of the big benefits of having a Keeper the Forest is Electrician gets really low, but will survive, is he's great at getting information early on, scouting out. And he was doing so with those trees, and you could tell they got some kind of information that you mentioned. Forsaken was lining up mid initially, but then Forsaken and Deadwood started to shift. And now we see the lane shaping up as they are. We got the 2-2-1 setup. Forsaken's top. We got Deadwood is at his homeland of the mid lane. And then, of course, Keeper is soloing the bottom. So the laning phase already starting out a bit better for the Legion side, especially compared to last game. Certainly with that information there.
Yeah, and like it's so important to get your initial lineup set up properly, because some people can say like, well, you can always just rotate, right? You can always just swap. Well, let's say that like they rotate, the enemies rotate, they teleport to the top lane. At that point, you can just teleport to the bottom lane. Mm-hmm. And then like they need to wait out their entire TP cooldown, and you're basically in the same advantage position that you were prior. Behind. Yeah, you're always reacting to what they do at that point. And we do actually see the Iker rotating top lane now with the TP. So they kind of need to get something done here.
I mean, lane is pushed up in Kolik's favor right now. This is actually going to be some pretty good farm for him. He's obviously has to be a little bit worried about tower dive, but this early on, I assume not necessarily going to take place. Apparently a little bit of a lag spike there for one of the players, but hopefully good to go overall. Deadwood is having a really good time in the mid lane, though, as you would expect. A great matchup for him already. Even has Master of Arms supporting him. Yeah, let's talk about this Master. So Master, speaking of diverse hero, a hero that could certainly play multiple roles. And in this case, we do see in the support as top lane, that's going to be Bloodlust. Rhapsody goes down, and that's a Bloodlust kill going the way of the Hellborn. Meanwhile, Bubbles in the mid lane. Back to that. He is trying to survive, and Sigma, he's going to be good for now. Although he's still in a pretty dangerous spot, actually. Master of Arms, needs one more auto attack. Cannot get it. Deadwood's like, yeah, I'm just going to focus on creeps. Kill him if you can. Okay, he'll just die to the neutrals, because at that point, you do not want to waste too much time, so...
Yeah.
Bubbles going to get back, but close.
He was caught like in a kind of an awkward spot there. And like Bubbles cannot get out of the roots with his Q, because it's an immobilize. And like the goo from the Massive Arms, it does so much damage.
Yeah.
It's always like... No, go.
Well, that's what I was going to mention. I mean, maybe there is that synergy to that point, actually, with the Deadwood. A lot of minus armor coming out, so maybe it's along those lines why they went the Master. But why do you think they prioritize the Master of Arms support here?
Well, for one, it's like the Master of Arms plus Deadwood is just a good combo. It's easy to lane. You can lane that combo wherever, basically, as Rhapsody goes down again, actually. And the Master of Arms has quite a long range initiation. I think Master of Arms is like one of the longest stuns in the game, or in terms of range. It's like 700 range compared to like most other stuns that don't like charge you forward. For example, take Rhapsody Q, only 550. Take Andromeda Q, it's only 500. So like Master of Arms with this Q is definitely like a standout. And the Master of Arms Q just sets up so well into that Rotten Grasp. So those two heroes just go really well together.
It is also a hero that brings a protection as well for someone like that Forsaken Archer, of course, with his ultimate. So, and of course, also could be used offensively if the timing is right and it's called for. So, yeah. Intrigued to see how Esperanza has impacted the Master of Arms here. Throughout this game. I mean, obviously, farm-wise, him and Rhapsody are both actually struggling a lot right now when it comes to any sort of decent GPM, but...
Oh, Keeper rotating?
Might get better. Yeah, so, yeah, Keeper's teleporting to the top lane. Is he level 6? He is. So he's got that route ready to go. Ooh, they went for the... They're trying to bait them out to force a fight right here, you could tell, but Vinicius is not having it. Now, Keeper of the Forest, he's so close, but maybe with this creep wave pushing up, there's a TP in. Veiled Raw, Master Ron's big fight brew, and here we go. Rhapsody's like, oh yeah, fight me, please. Here comes the root eventually. No, he got stunned first. Oh, he's not able to root in time. Finally, no, he can't do it. Oh, what a keg stun right there. A big fight takes place. 3 are dead on the Legion side. Deadwood showing up pretty late as well. They kill Electrician and Sir Bensington, though, so numbers favoring Vinicius, but a couple of crucial kills for Noah Nugent. Oh, big grasp as well, hits Bubbles and the Icor. Bubbles is definitely dead. Icor, can he survive? Engineer taking the creep wave, not what we want to be doing. Deadwood barely surviving. He goes down, though, so does NG. Everyone's nearly going to die at this top lane. Icor is being run down. Rhapsody, I don't think is going to have the damage or the mana. Maybe? No. With the mana battery there. Icor, the attack hits and he gets a hat trick on Rhapsody. And suddenly Rhapsody has 250 GP. What a clash at the top lane.
I can't believe that was that entire fight without the Keeper ultimate.
Yeah.
I thought he got it off initially.
Nope. He was in animation. Like... He got keg stunned in animation, and then that's what prevented him.
Okay, they do need to like push some resources to this Forsaken Archer now, because he ported bottom and the Keeper ported top lane, but like instantly we see Engineer porting to the bottom lane. You already got like an aggressive ward behind the tower done, and they are trying to stack. No, actually, Bubbles is looking at the stacks a little bit, but they instantly like turn up the pressure. So they know how to play against these players. And in general, like I think what they have noticed, and what I have to admit, like I've noticed as well with these Thai teams, is that they don't like to play from behind at all. Yeah. And when they play from behind, they start making mistakes. While if they're ahead, they play like very coordinatedly. They play very safe in some situations. But they really capitalize on the fact that they are ahead, right? And actually, they're going up Forsaken Archer.
Yeah, Engineer, initial keg stun, but Sir Bensington gets there a little bit later on and unable to make a play really onto the Forsaken right there. Meanwhile, Deadwood farming a bit of the jungle with that Master of Arms support. We saw Deadwood, he used the, as I like to call it, the Falcon Punch, aka the Widowmaker, onto Bensington previously to get the first kill on him, so good movement. And yeah, I mean, Noah Nugent, again, especially compared to the game one, a much, much better laning phase going on for them. There's 6-6 hero kills. The gold lead is still favoring Vinicius by just under 1,000, but nothing too significant, of course. Speaking of Bensington, Papa Soul, again, he was doing pretty good farm, and that death slowed him down a little bit. about 290 GPM, though, and is finding a little bit of free farm right now. But yeah, Deadwood actually is leading the way. 375, especially after taking the stacks there. Well on his way to an eventual portal key, I would assume. We're going to be seeing from him. Oh, bottom. They're setting up. Keeper, he's got that root. We haven't seen the root yet. Is it going to be the first time? I mean, no point to use it on one hero. So they do get the free kill on Engineer. Benzington just a little too far away. There's a TP coming in from Electrician, though, and another big fight brewing down here. Rhapsody gonna be gone, and here comes that root from SRP. There we go. It's gonna hit. Here's the big Forsaken Archer. Also, Iker doing what he can. It's not gonna be enough, though. That's the combo you're looking for. If you're Noah Nugem, beautifully set up, and Forsaken, he wants the third kill. Iker is gonna live, but they got the damage done. Oh, actually, Deadwood's like, don't worry, I got clean up, dude.
Yep. And then maybe they were even like looking for another TP or something. Maybe like someone comes to save the Iker, and you know, that's another free kill to do. And what the Master Farms is doing here in the mid lane, this is what Master Farms does best, basically. Oh, actually, I don't mean dying.
This is what he does best. He gets ganked by 3 heroes and killed, yeah.
Yeah, no, but like he puts down the goo, and he just pushes out the lanes, and actually Rhapsody also falls. Very close call right there. And
they take out a couple supports, but you know, if you're Noah Nugem, you're pretty happy with the outcome still. You got the tower, your cores are all still alive, so not too shabby there.
Yeah, and of course also we see the keeper putting the keeper, what's it called? The Nature's Guidance on the tower. And this is like one of the more frustrating abilities to play against, because it actually heals up the tower. It gives it like more armor, it gives it HP regen, which I don't think any other ability in the game does. And it just becomes like very hard to push against these heroes. Because you got Massive Arms just pushing out the lane with the W. If he just sits back very far behind, you basically cannot gank him. And if you slowly try to whittle down the tower, the keeper can just heal it back up.
Yeah. No, that's going to be very critical. That's a great point to bring up. I mean, all 3 towers, minimal to no damage, thanks to Keeper of the Forest. I mean, even the mid tower, it's about 80% life. It's going to start healing up. Yeah, that's going to be difficult to deal with. Master Farms did a good job at juking around right there. He's making this kill take a long time. Gonna ultimate go for the turn. Uh-oh, Bubbles, Sigma. Gonna go a little too good. No, Rhapsody, Protective Melody is not gonna save him. They do kill Bubbles, so still a worthy exchange for the Legion side, but unable to save his teammate. Keeper of the Forest top lane, by the way. He's setting up a route. He is low life, but they want these kills. He opens up with the auto attack, gets through the Kex on his, but here comes Forsaken once again with the combo. You know what? Keeper's like, hey, I did my job. Forsaken Archers, upwards of 500 GPM. This is more like Rhapsody it from Colic.
Ooh, no, Vision is not going to go for it.
Well, the support's doing some good damage right here. But yeah, Colic on Forsaken, nearly 500 GPM. Again, this is a very comfortable hero for him, and no different in this game.
Yep. And like, where like Predator is a hero you kind of have to keep fighting with, especially if you don't go for a proper farming tool. The nice thing about Forsaken Archer, he's gonna fall top.
Big kill.
That is absolutely big kill, yeah.
Sir Benzington coming in. You saw Deadwood doing what he can. Good job juking with the trees right there. Keep it the forest. No root this time around. You see the Lex Talionis from Deadwood amplifying some good damage. Goes for the grasp and misses NG. And now Deadwood needs to be careful to survive. That ain't gonna happen though. It's just too much damage. It's just one after the other. They keep coming, and Cthulhu, or not Cthulhu, Electrician. He comes in, and eventually.
Do they have dust? $1 million question. No.
They do not, and they're gonna just kind of throw a ability kill trees. Oh, they did see him. He went too far. Oh, and they will take him out. Big catch by Vinicius, and just what it seemed like Noah Nugem was really starting to open it up a bit. That's Vinicius. They get 3 kills on all 3 cores.
Yeah, but look at the Forsaken Archer at the meanwhile. That is an entirely triple stack jungle.
Right.
And he has 450, 460 GPM, close to Shrunken. Meanwhile, the opposing core on the Bensington is trying to get his Malthreat still done. That's quite a disparity, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's big. Forsaken's going to be difficult to deal with, and we've seen again with the supporting cast around. It's not going to be easy if you're Vinicius, especially with the start. But the overall gold situation, it is very even right now, but individually, that's where you certainly, if you pull up that GPM chart, that's where you notice kind of the difference there, certainly.
Yeah, and if you like, you have to wonder, like, is like a lot of farm on the electrician actually going to matter if Forsaken Archer gets a nullfire blade? And actually, the electrician might be in trouble here.
He's in a lot of trouble. Can he dodge the grasp? The answer is no. That's just one of those abilities. It's so difficult to guess sometimes, and you got to try to play the mind tricks there, and in the end, it's Deadwood wins it. And that's a free kill on electricity. So yeah, to your point immediately, it's like, well, they just gank him and slow him down anyways.
Yeah, but in general, also, like, if they just get the nullfire blades, and like nullfire blades now works better against targets with like high HP pool, oh, an engineer, sent back to the wall.
Back to Elwin. 2,000 gold saved up for Deadwood, by the way. He's going to be going that portal key. So he's doing all this without that portal key. That's, what is he, 7, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
On Nong Dog.
Yeah, like a lot of this, honestly, is also the Lex. Like, Lex Talionis is such a powerful tool at the moment. Because, like, at max charges... Oh, actually, Bubble's setting up.
Here comes the call down. Bubbles, you want to come with the cup field? That's not what you want to see. Bensington clashes into death right there. Forsaken Archer Ultimate yet again coming in the clutch. And the supporting cast, it's enough to get away. Deadwood barely survives too. They're all just going to run. Noah and New Gen feeling themselves right now. Yeah, that's what you hate to see if you're Vinicius, though. You're position 1 Bensington jumping in and dying immediately.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But this is like the ultimate Bensington experience. You just like die in, or like, jump in, die, and repeat. Because, you know, the ultimate from Bensington, it's so choreographed, so... I don't know if choreograph's the right word, but
yeah,
like it
gives you time to set up.
Yeah, but it's like it's very easy to predict where it's gonna go, right? So it's just so easy for you to counter set up to him. You know, it doesn't even need to be like a route. Just use like Deadwood Q, and if the Bensington jumps in the Deadwood Q, Bensington is just dead.
Yeah.
Bensington is a hero that you can only really play if you are ahead, because. If you're behind and you're jumping in like these fights, it's become so awkward. I always, when I play Bensington, I always struggle to focus on farming, which is what you should be doing. And it's difficult to do on Bensington, because you wanna, like, you have to ultimate. Oh, Bubbles.
Deadwood chased Bubbles from the top lane to the mid lane to make that kill happen. Just hunting him this game.
Yep.
Making his life difficult, man. I love it.
Yeah, Deadwood's making turtle soup, it seems.
By the way, I want to... Oh, actually, bottom lane. Big fight here. Yeah, porting in, keeping the forest. He already... his root is on cooldown, but they get a couple more kills. Electrician... at least one more kill, I should say. But Electrician going down. They're hunting for Engineer, though. Good TP support. Not only safekeeper, but turn. We got to talk about this. Forsaken Archer, though, this is something that a lot of people can learn from, right? Because what's an item that carry players are notorious for not going in pub games? As Deadwood, that's a big kill there mid lane. But it's that BKB. It's the Shrunken Head. Yeah, here we got Colic. He essentially goes at first. I mean, I'm calling out everyone, let's be honest. But Colic going it basically, obviously, there's a lot of build-up here. Yeah. But, I mean, this is first big item. That is something you don't see often.
No, like, even on Forsaken Archer, generally speaking. Oh, they have Rev Wards. They see the Bubbles.
Oh, no. He is dead. There's a Nightfall. Is this going to be the same result? A big slime stun. They avoid the Forsaken Archer ultimate as well. And now Iker is doing what he can to help save the day. Rhapsody running in further. Forsaken Archer standing his ground. Says, I got to fight this. Shrunken Head is going to wear off. Multi-shots doing some damage or kills Iker. Engineer's dying as well. Electrician holding his ground, has a bit of mana still to work with. Gets hit with a crippling volley, but it is too much damage to handle. And the Hellborn team, Vinicius, finally wins a pretty big fight. That could be the first one of this game in their favor.
Yeah, and like they kind of whiffed the Forsaken Archer ultimate there. Didn't really manage to hit anything. And the Deadwood wasn't there, so there was a 4v5 fight, but that's definitely like the fight that they want. The Bensington managed to not instantly die after jumping in. And this is also right before the null fireblade from these Forsaken Archer. Because if Forsaken Archer had null fireblade there, Like the engineer and the electrician would have been dead. Would have been long dead by then. So this is definitely like the moment where they can still easily win these fights if they play properly. And actually, they see the Deadwood. They're hunting him right now. Oh, never mind. They're getting set up for Congo, I guess. Oh, by the way, look at the mid tower. It's all the way healed back to full.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
And the top tower is healing as well.
The bottom tower is a little bit below half life, but something tells me that's going to change shortly. So, yeah, this Keeper's impact. It's one of those things that I'm glad you're bringing it up because it's like you kind of forget it's a spectator, but it is having massive impact here. No doubt for the Legion side. Forsaken, you talked about but I'm also sitting here thinking on this Shrunken Head again. A great item always, but it does make a lot of sense this game. I mean, you have a core. Electrician's obviously a core that relies on magic damage and crowd control a bit. You got the CC across the board's very good. Energy field, kegs, bubbles, kelp field. It's like, yeah, Shrunken Head is it prevents so much bubbles? Not only damage but crowd control from happening in this game. So.
Ooh, Bubbles almost was turtle soup again.
Oh, he's trying to get his revenge here on a Deadwood. Nightfall's even going to be committed. They really want this Deadwood, and they definitely get the kill. So turn him into those logs, and it's a good hunt.
Yeah, but like specifically the Shrunken Head is just really good this game because all of the Hellborn's abilities are what I would consider slow, right? So you can like Shrunken Head before the keg hits. You can Shrunken Head before the joust hits. You can basically get rid of like most of the bubble spells, even most of the Iker spells. Actually, as the Keeper, Keeper got 4 on root.
That is a massive root, massive root. The TV Sports coming in. We're waiting for those piercing arrows. There it is. Not the best though. We've definitely seen better this game. They're able to run away. That piercing arrows came out late. Engineer, he's in trouble still. But actually, the mines carrying off Keeper the Forest, and now they. Running back in is Vinicius. They want to continue this fight. They know a lot of firepower was used. Shrunken Head's worn off for the second archer, so he has to be very careful with his life. They do kill Sir Bensington, though. Does know a new gen. They have this tier 1 tower still helping them as well, so that's something else about this fight you cannot overestimate. Engineer gets caught by the combo of Deadwood. He's likely dead. Iker also going to be found, and in the end, it was a very, very... what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a passive fight there by the Legion side of Noah Nugent. They took their time, and eventually they do win it.
Yeah, it's an elongated fight.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it. Actually, I just saw the Master of Arms also pick up, or like at least buy the recipe for the Starscribe boots.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But
wow, his farm is good.
Deadwood, I kind of agree with Deadwood here. Sunkpop is notorious for being a dirty tree walker. And that was the Sunkpop, by the way, is the engineer player this game. And you saw him like enter the trees there, and he left like the right side of the trees right after. He's basically role playing a Deadwood here. And it's so frustrating to play against him because he does that so well.
I mean, but you're playing against 2 tree heroes. You got Keeper and Deadwood on the other side. It's like trying to outgame the tree heroes, man. That's ballsy there.
Yeah, but he managed it. And like, generally speaking, I think the unofficial agreement was made between all the competitive players. Is cliff walking is off limits, but tree walking is kind of allowed, but frowned upon by me personally.
That's fine. Personal issue, but hey, that is...
No, like, funny thing is, I started buying Dust, like, standard, because of Sunkpop. Because every time, like, after a team fight, you would want to kill him, and he would just disappear into the trees somewhere. And, like, I had the opportunity, or, like, the choice between either buying Dust, or searching in the trees for, like, a minute to find him. And it's like, I couldn't be asked anymore. But they get
push, by the way.
Yeah. And
they're already knocking on the door.
Yeah, top tower taking some damage here as well.
Deadwood goes in, opening on Iker. There's the combo from Forsaken. The piercing arrow is not going to be used just yet. Holding off, has to be careful. They got the combo by Bubbles, but pops the Shrunken and immediately runs. Kelfield Rhapsody's also still caught, but no, she'll be fine. Do they use root there? No, they really didn't use a whole lot. They still have piercing arrows. They still have root. So Noah Nugent actually being very conservative on their abilities. The catch by Deadwood misses. Thanks to Sir Bensington using that joust to get away, and now looking for the turn. Sir Deadwood going a little too committed. He does end up dying. Master of Arms just trying to take out the Sir Bensington, but he cannot. And now he might be in trouble himself as a result. This is a tanky Bensington, though. He has the Astrolabe. He has the Starcaller boots eventually potentially coming, as we saw. But Master of Arms, yes, it's going to be coming. There's that piercing arrows. That timing is perfect there, but the damage follow-up is not there. Forsaken gets Nightfall on. He's dead. They take out Sir Bensington still. But Forsaken, the raid boss, is killed. Keeper of the Forest making his way over here late. I mean, this was a very delayed fight again, but it just kind of kept happening in the mid lane. I mean, I don't know. I mean, both teams definitely had some positives out of it.
Yeah, I think that was definitely like a positive for the Hellborn side. Like killing the Forsaken Archer, which is basically like their solo core at this point, is... You're always happy whenever that happens. And actually, Rhapsody might be being hunted down. No, there's no mana on the bubbles. But you saw like the Forsaken Archer got like 3 or 4 hits off there. It really wasn't more. And Engineer, Electrician and the Bensington just kind of died. It just does so much work, that no Fireblade. And actually, there's a Mind Trap here. I don't think you see it if you're smoked. So, best of
Master. He just tanks it, I love it.
Apparently he did the calculations.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually, again, he's pretty tanky. He's not Iker tanky, but he's somewhat close. He's able to tank a pretty big Mind Trap right there, so.
Yeah, and I think he basically has Starscribe boots in 200 gold, so that's a lot of healing as well.
Yeah. Oh wait, they have double Astrolabe, by the way. I'm just noticing that.
Oh yeah, they have Astro on the Rhapsody and on the Master of Arms.
What do you think of that? Is that oversight or is that good?
It's definitely not good.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, especially with like the popularity of Dreamcatcher makes it like a little bit worse, because Dreamcatcher reduces your healing by 60%, right? So like the efficiency of that item has tanked the popularity of the Astro by quite a bit. But like I'm guessing that the Master of Arms just kind of wanted to get Starscribe boots because it tanks you up so nicely. And to get Starscribe boots, you need to get Astro. And I think the Rhapsody just bought Astro to also maybe tank up a bit. But they're doing the enemy Conquer here. I think they might just get it.
They're going to get it. No one knew. This just shows you their confidence right now in their team fight, right? Like the fact that they just kind of walk over to the Hellborn Conquer and just do it without really, you know, being in a situation necessarily do it in. Electrician is trying to TP out. He goes for the grip, the TP. No, that ain't going to work. It's not going to last long enough. The Willowmaker happens, and Electrician, now it's the game of can he actually escape? The answer is no. It is just too much firepower. So they kill Conqueror, they take out Electrician, and now Forsaken's farming up the mid lane. He's got a level 3 Nullifier now, by the way. We cannot look over that. That's massive.
But I also just saw the Keeper port to the top lane again and started healing the tower again.
Yeah, they have 1 tower kill at 27 minutes in. That's crazy.
Oh, Engineer might be trouble.
Oh, they have 2 tower kills, actually. They got the bottom tier 2 as well. But yeah, Keeper of the Forest, making life difficult. Engineer is dead. He's definitely dead there.
Yeah, so the funny thing is about like the way that the towers work at the moment. It's like if you look at the armor of the tier 2 tower and the armor of the outer tower. I think that's tier 1 or tier 3. The outer tower.
Yeah.
Like the outer tower has like significantly more armor and even more HP, I believe, than the tier 2 tower at the moment.
Yep.
So if you can keep those outer towers, which the Keeper has been, you know, putting effort into actually doing, they are like really hard to actually push down, and that's a token for the Forsaken Archer.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Keeper also picked up an barrier idol with mostly magic damage coming out from the Hellborn side. They cannot really jump him anymore. If they try to burst him down, like also with 3 Conquer kills. Oh, they're actually going on Deadwood.
Deadwood, and there's a Nightfall in. They do kill him. Keeper of the Forest gets there a little bit too late, so nice find by the Hellborn. I mean, they do have this blow-up burst potential, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is mitigation, the shrunk and the barrier out you're just talking about, but this kind of goes back to the point, though. This is where there's two different games being played, obviously, by either side. It's the Legion team, they want to fight as a team. They want to group up, death ball push, pain train, whatever you want to call it. Hellborn side, they're all about the individuality. They want to, you know, pick you off one by one. We see Bubbles down here doing his thing. In fact, is going to be found by Keeper. A little awkward now. Uh-oh, staccato stuns, he's dead. He is going to be found. Great find by Keeper, just as we're talking about him there. And Bubbles, no chance to get away. But
and this is also like a read on a personal level. Like you know that there are these players that will just sit in the trees for like a minute to then like snipe the wave behind your back.
Yeah.
And that's so frustrating to play against it. But at some point you realize that, you realize people have these play habits that they fall into, and that was just a great read from Keeper, I think, finding the bubbles there. And top down. Well, they actually did it.
Yeah, they did it. I love how that's like an accomplishment. 29 minutes into the game. Good job, Vinicius. Let's go.
Yeah, the mid tower is almost back to 4 HP again.
Meanwhile, bottom tier 3, but Deadwood's like, let's go, electrician. Oh, that's an electrician. He just gets blowing up right there. He does not have money for a buyback. That is big. Imbo Boy's dead for another 55 seconds. And with that electrician, they have 0 frontline presence on the Hellborn team right now. So they're just going to have to give up these racks. And, I mean, talk about, it's kind of funny because that's not a target you would think is like the prime target to jump into a fight, but it does make sense. They were confident they could blow him up as they did. And with that electrician, you just can't fight really if you're Vinicius.
Yeah. Because, like, Electrician is tanky, but only if he gets to actually activate his W. And they jumped him so fast, and I guess he wasn't really expecting it.
Yeah.
That he didn't get his W off, which meant that, he's just not that tanky if he doesn't do that.
Look at the mine trap. They're avoiding the mine trap somehow. That's a jump. That's big. No, he has token room. So even if he dies right here, Rhapsody with the Flint Melody, there we go. There's a token. So he's going to come right back up. Pops the BKB, trying to run right here. Doing as much right-click as he can. It's Forsaken Archer. And Imba Boy is back up now, but okay. He's able to grip actually on a Rhapsody. But not much further commitment by Vinicius. They understand this is not a team they want to just continue to pursue and fight more.
Yeah.
Use their base, so they're going to do that.
Yeah, there's just so much healing from these supports coming out. And there's they had the barrier up as well still. And Deadwood going in again?
We've seen this before. It's like deja vu all over. Electrician's dead again, and that's another set of racks. How do you defend this, especially with that electrician? Bubbles is like, well, we got to try. He jumps in, goes for the TP out, or the blink out even, but it's just too much firepower at this point. This death ball is rolling full steam ahead.
He just spawned. This is bullying. Report him for bullying. He just spawned, damn it. He was alive for like 15 seconds and he instantly died again. But yeah, like the electrician at the moment, he just does not have that much armor. He has the gnomes, and that's about it, right? But that is with the gnomes, it's basically 10 armor. Q and the legs from Deadwood makes that 0. And yeah, you will just fall over and die.
Something we didn't even talk about going into that fight that I noticed as well, but by the way, 5,000 gold on Forsaken, so let's see what she goes for next. But she did get the Sinner's Inscription, so she upgraded that. So a couple of these newer items we're seeing. Of course, the upgraded Energizer also picked up by Master of Arms, aka the Vitalizer. So big pickups there.
Yeah, the difference between the Energizer and the Vitalizer at the moment is that like the Energizer only works for heroes, Vitalizer works for heroes plus creeps, more or less. And also like a small stats increase, but in general, like the Master of Arms just went for like auras, right?
Right.
And they have a Mind Trap here, which could be big actually. Master of Arms.
That's Icor.
Oh, Keeper.
It's gonna be jump this time. Meanwhile, for Rhapsody is likely dead. Okay, they kill Rhapsody. Trucking Head's not gonna save her, but Forsaken Archer's like, all right, I got my distance. Piercing arrows just tears through Electrician yet again. Stop me if you've heard that before. Frostro Skull delivered mid-fight, by the way, to Forsaken Archer. So she just uses that 5,000 gold. Now, teammates dying around Forsaken, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, Electrician with the buyback, he's dead. He ain't coming back this time, and GGs are being called. We are going game 3 in this lower bracket finals. The Thai squad of Noah Nugent showing once again they absolutely can compete.
Yeah.